Is it going? Yeah, it's going. Ahoy, hoy, ladies and gentlemen. Marco here, and when I'm making this video, it is October 8th, 2017, and the Spartans beat the Wolverines yesterday in a game of football. Go green, damn it. Oh, and by the way, for those of you who like to say the phrase go blue, the correct terminology is go green, and the correct response is go white. So that jab aside. Oh, by the way, there's a fan there now. I finally pulled it out. It used to be behind the laptop. Anyway, so I have a little free time on my hands, a tiny bit, and because I got to study a little bit later, and I want to talk about a few things, mostly mostly about the channel. And the thing is, the channel itself is this passion project where I am trying to build up enough of a following in order to make owning a publishing company or starting a publishing company feasible, just by the fact that I will know that the people that have gone to the YouTube channel and have been there for a long time and listened to my videos, or if I manage to pull on another writer, their videos, and like it enough that they would go and buy the books or online or on paperback or hard copy or hardcover. And that's one of my lifelong goals. But unfortunately, at the moment, the amount of views I'm getting is not justifying the amount of time and effort I'm putting into the channel. So what I'm going to do is not that I'm going to stop posting, but I'm going to bring it back a little bit and post once a week. So, I mean, I don't think that's going to make much of a difference at the moment, because I'm going to face it, all of my subscribers and viewers are high school students from my high school back home. It's one of the most, apparently, one of the most difficult high schools in the nation to get through. And I mean, I got through it, so yeah, it was a pain. They're college students, so they're busy too, or teachers and staff who have day jobs. They don't have the time. So I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. I don't blame anyone. It's just I'm not getting the views that are necessary. So as for scheduling, and you may be wondering what I'm looking at right there, is that on the computer screen, I have a sheet of paper. It's got some chemistry problems on it, but right above those chemistry problems, it's got the stuff I'm trying to talk about. Scheduling. I will post every Friday at 5 p.m. Central Time, because back home, Central Time is the time zone we're in. That's a big time zone. So, you know, that's where I'm going to work on. That's what I'm going to work off of. I also wanted to take a poll, because I want to know, insofar, what has been your favorite storyline that's been going on. See, I have 4 general stories or series going on the channel. Mika, it's been the longest running. It's what I started the channel off with. It has the highest grossing video on the channel, and it has the highest channel average, or like viewer average. See, I did stats. I did math to prove this. I don't know if it's legible with my computer camera, but I did math, and it has the highest average of views at a 16.8 compared to the channel's 15.5. So there's that. And I want to find out, is that your favorite, or is that just happens to be the one that you come across the most? So I will put a poll card in the upper right hand corner of the screen that might actually be pointing to the left. And this video is well, there'll be a poll card appears somewhere right here. And so there's that. And I want to make a quick edit on the March. So I usually say that there's a 10-day wait interactive period where I will take all polls into consideration. And I like that idea, but I don't have the consistent following to make that viable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say F that and go watch it right now if you haven't already. And no matter when you watch this, as long as the Silk Walker has not died, he needs 18 more hits to die. You can learn more if you go to the playlist. But at the moment, go back and watch the video. If there isn't, if it's this should be the third installment, and if it hasn't died already, participate. And if you want to find out what happened in the meantime, go check it out anyway. Remember, every story drive, every one of my videos is part of a story, except college thought process. That's more individual. You can watch any one without having to worry about it. But Mika, it's essentially a novel. Like, here is the composition book where I'm writing it. I'm not that far in, but I'm several. Hopefully, I didn't do any spoilers. Probably did, but I'm about 30, 37 pages in, and it's a story. So every video works off the previous one, and maybe one day, and I want you to tell me if you like this idea in the comment section. I will edit the videos together, the audios, so that way it's one audiobook. Maybe, but I won't do that for a long time, because you may not have noticed a little bit of weird annotation in that picture I put up, where the book has two sets of page numbers, so 37 and 37, and one's in parentheses. Well, the one in parentheses means something a little bit greater than it's just the page number. It is the total page number. So the one outside the parentheses is the page number of the current composition book that is being written in, and the one in the parentheses is the total. So if I'm on so let's say this one has a 200 pages. This one has 200 pages. So let's say I'm on the 50th page of a second composition book. It'll be 50 open parentheses 200 close parentheses 250. So 50 open 250 close. That might appear backwards. Anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because as much as I don't like the fact that I have to push back, the amount of views is just not worth it. It's not worth putting the amount of effort. The effort is up here, it's time, it's energy, it's mental power that I could be putting into calculus, which is, to me, the hardest class. Homework's a pain, although I am catching up on it. I'm doing fairly well. It's still a pain, and it takes time and effort, and it takes energy. So I'm going to be posting Mika. Mika is the one that's currently has the most views. It has the highest average. If Sloan or, well, the March doesn't have enough views, but videos out when I'm making this. The third video will be out by the time you see this. But if Sloan had made it so that it was worth the effort, it had a high average, then I would totally just keep working on Sloan and once in a while post Mika. Now that doesn't mean that Sloan is done. No. It just means that I am going to put it on hold for a moment. And I will keep writing and I will keep creating videos for it in the background, but I will do it at a much slower rate than normal. And one of two things will mark the return of the original scheduling. So I may have two videos out in the same week. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm back to the original schedule. What that just means is that I decided, you know what, I'm going to post a second video. It seems like it's a good time for that. I want the channel growth. That's what I'm going to do. But that may not, if it happens twice in a row, it might mean that the scheduling is back. And if it happens 3 times in a row, then it's the original scheduling is definitely back. Or the previous scheduling is definitely back. But, That's one way that I'll indicate that that scheduling is back. The other way is I come out with a very lengthy project. So maybe I have an entire story or half a story posted in one day. It's, how do you say, it's like a half an hour long, 2 hours long, however long, half of the story, and just post it in one go, one long video. Now the only now that doesn't the fact that I'm holding back on my uh, post does not mean that one of my previous offers, where if I get 1,000 views before December 14th, um, it will not take place. If I get 1,000 views before December 14th, the last day that I will be here for the semester, I will happily post 7 videos day after day, so 10 consecutive videos. So 1 week will be full of installments, and I will run a poll card, and whatever poll card or whatever story you guys prefer, I will post. So if it's Mika, then I will post 7 installments of Mika back to back. If it's Sloan, 7 installments of Sloan. I may have another story. I may put a couple of other titles if I have enough to work off of. I will, but at the moment it's those two. I would do the March, but the March is interactive, therefore it requires your attention, and at the moment it's just not feasible. Now, I do have some cool news. So I have a slightly green thumb. Yeah, green and Spartan. That was a weird thing. Okay, so I am trying to grow a black pine. So this right here is my black pine. You might be able to see this right here. I know my camera is really blurry. But you see this? See, this was the first sprout that came up, and it didn't make it. But I don't think it was a black pine because it doesn't have pine-like leaves like this one does. You may not be able to see it. Again, my camera to my laptop is not the best, but you might be able to see a tiny split depending on the video quality, but probably not. And then you have this one right here, right there, the little one with the little weird casing on the top. Yeah, it's the same one as the one that died, so I don't know what's going to come of it, but we'll see. So that's all I've got for you all today. Thank you for your time, and have a great day.